Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. As many of you know, for quite a long time, platinum has traded at a higher price than gold, but for quite a while now, it's been the other way around. Gold has been king of the precious metals among the platinum metals groups and obviously silver. But now, according to this article from MarketWatch, palladium may soon be worth more than gold. That's right, palladium could possibly climb up to a higher price than what gold is, and platinum may stay below gold. Now, I'll interrupt right here to let you guys know that I have in the links in the description of this video a link to merchandise that you guys may be interested in, coffee mugs, t-shirts, and the like. I've actually been asked by a number of you when I was going to do something like that, and I did actually posted a video about it as well. So if you're interested, the link is in the description of this video. Moving ahead, the price of palladium, according to MarketWatch here, has had an impressive climb of nearly 30% over the past 6 weeks and could become more valuable than gold for the first time in 16 years. Futures prices for palladium, which is widely used in the pollution control catalytic converters on gasoline-powered vehicles, jumped from mid-August settlement low of $837.20 an ounce to end at $1,072.80 on Friday, the highest finish since January. That's when prices hit a record above $1,100 based off FactSet data going back to 1984. Car demand is solid across the world, and trends are moving towards big SUVs in the U.S. and small gasoline engines in Asia, says R. Michael Jones, Chief Executive Officer of Platinum Group Metals. All of these are growing a palladium demand. Now, I'll stop right there because some other information I read basically said the opposite. There were going to be quite a surge in electric vehicles. And so there would be a lesser demand on the platinum and platinum metal groups for the catalytic converters. As of Friday, the industrial metal traded $250.40 above the $822.40 futures price of platinum and within $123.40 of gold, which has been weak this year. Sister metal platinum is more commonly used in catalytic converters for diesel engines, but demand for diesel cars has plummeted in recent years, partly as a result of the Volkswagen emissions scandal, says Peter Grant, Vice President of Commodities and Futures Brokerage, Zaner Metals. In 2015, Volkswagen admitted to manipulated emissions tests on some diesel-powered vehicles in the U.S. and elsewhere. Automotive demand for palladium, however, is expected to rise to a record high of nearly 8.6 million ounces this year, after logging an all-time high of 8.4 million last year, according to specialty chemicals company Johnson Matthey. The firm reported that demand for palladium exceeded supply by 801,000 ounces in 2017, far more than the deficit of 89,000 in 2016. It forecasts another shortfall this year, though a narrower one, of 239,000 ounces. Strong demand for palladium comes as global supplies have tightened. With the majority of the supply of platinum group metals, or PGMs, coming from Russia, the potential of further economic sanctions is an overhanging threat to supply, says Grant. It also seems logical that China would be bidding up the PGMs in an effort to secure needed supplies before any additional tariffs impinge on their ability to do so, he adds. Jones points out that 40% of palladium supply comes as a byproduct of platinum mining in South Africa, and that has been declining on the back of escalating costs and low labor productivity. Regardless of the palladium price, since it's a byproduct metal, the supply is shrinking. I will also add there is some instability in South Africa now with the threat of majority white-owned farms in the countryside in South Africa, and there's some a little bit of a political uneasiness there in that area, as there's been some thought that maybe perhaps the government may be in support of recouping or retaking some of those farms, and so that could cause some issues in there, in that part of the world in South Africa. That has all contributed to a change in palladium's historical price relationships with platinum and gold. The per ounce price of platinum had traded above the price of palladium from late 2001 until a year ago. That's roughly 16 years the metals are seeing an inverse relationship. And this could have a lasting effect going forward with respect to investors' vote of confidence, says Nicholas Gunther, market research analyst at Longleaf Trading. You are seeing investors change their preference from platinum and migrate more towards palladium, which is much rarer, by the way. In the wake of recent gains for palladium, the ETF's physical palladium shares exchange-traded fund has climbed around 13% quarter to date, while the ETF's physical platinum shares has declined by about 4.5%. At the same time, palladium prices are gaining on gold. The gold-palladium ratio is historically the narrowest it has been in quite some time, said Ed Egalinsky, head of the alternative investments at Direxion. Gold doesn't have the same everyday industrial usage as palladium, and gold has been more directly susceptible to a strengthening U.S. dollar and contributing to its recent relative weakness. He says that historically long-term relationship is that gold is priced 2 or 3 times higher than palladium. The current ratio is a little over 1. It's possible for palladium to trade higher than gold. If palladium supply continues to be muted, demand for autos and electronics increases, and tighter emission legislation further takes hold in China and the U.S., Igalinsky says. Platinum Metals Group Jones believes that palladium could climb to $1,200 this year and $1,400 next year. It wouldn't need a new catalyst to get there. The chess pieces are all in place. Now, I will make a note that compared to gold, gold is more treasured as a hedge against economic instability. Palladium is not really seen as a hedge. It is an industrial metal, and so its price climb could very well be in that market for its use in that area. And also rhodium is another one that is really taken off, and more on that on a separate video to come. But nonetheless, it is fascinating to see how palladium has jumped up in recent, over the last months here. But it's mainly and almost 100% because of its use, as mentioned, as a catalyst, catalytic converters, and industrial use. And whereas gold is treasured and its price is going to be more stable and for its role as a monetary asset and as a hedge against economic instability. So they're different animals, but it is quite possible. I actually agree with this article. I believe that we will see palladium grow, and from what I understand, platinum is used more for diesel engines, and palladium is used for gasoline engines. But I don't know how much of that effect or how much platinum could be used in gasoline engines, whereas palladium may not be used in diesel engines. And so that could possibly set us up for a possible platinum group war. In other words, the prices of platinum will go so low that it will become attractive to be using platinum as a catalyst where palladium is being used today. If that happens, then that means that the gold to palladium ratio and the price may come back down for palladium in due course. And so that's something to keep in mind too. Don't rule out platinum because it's mined in a lot of those other different areas. And seeing as it is a byproduct of palladium is a byproduct of platinum, as was mentioned here in this article, that could possibly mean that there could be a price war or a bidding war on the PMs, on the PGMs, the platinum group metals, to see which is more cost effective in order to provide that service as a catalyst in the catalytic converter industry for auto industry. I still think that both metals will suffer as electric vehicles start to make their way and become a driving force, pun intended, in automobiles in years to come. We shall see. Quite interesting and fascinating indeed. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude, y'all, for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.